and we got some book mail today. We got the first 4 books in the Dream Harbor series, and that means we're gonna do a 24-hour readathon. Except for maybe not a readathon, because I'm not gonna do it all in one sitting. I'm gonna do the classic, put a timer on and just see how many books I can read in 24 hours. But mostly the Dream Harbor series. I know that it's getting to be summer. We're getting into summer and everything. And these books give either fall, spring, or Christmas vibes. I don't care. I don't care. I don't need it to be a certain weather outside to enjoy a certain book. Okay, so I'm a little over, actually a lot over, 2 hours in, and we are really, really coming up on finishing this book. Oh, wait, where the freak? Why is it doing that? Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm doing like a short form version of this video as well, and I'm trying to figure out what I haven't talked about, but I realize that this is the first time I'm actually talking to the long form vlog. So, this book is pretty cute. It's about a girl who comes to the small town of Dream Harbor to run her aunt's coffee shop, to take it over, and I mean, pretty immediately she runs into, I think first chapter, she runs into this disgruntled farmer who is bringing her small gourds to probably decorate the cafe with. And everything just kind of goes from there. There's not too much to Buddy, what do you want? Hi. Hi. Okay, hold on. Anyway, but considering that this is a romance book, and it's not like lit fic with a splash of romance, I think that's why a lot of people sometimes end up preferring fantasies with a side plot of romance. My camera's gonna die. To full-on romance books. But honestly, I think at this point I'm probably gonna give it a 3-star. So let's just finish her up. Okay, okay. We are 4 hours in, and we are 134 pages into our second book, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I like it a lot better than Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I think that we've gotten to see the characters interact with each other in this book, and now we're just kind of really getting into their dynamic in The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which was originally called the Bluebell Bookstore. This obviously changed, but in the writing, this didn't happen just this one time. In the book, Annie's Bakery is called the Sugar Plum Bakery, but in her book and in the map at the beginning of this book, it's called the Gingerbread Bakery. So, not really sure what that's about. Well, no, I do know what that's about. That's just the author wanting to change the freaking title of her book. That. Simple as that. Sugar Plum Bakery is a mouthful. The Gingerbread Bakery is still a mouthful. Anyway, this cover is a bit misleading. It is very fall-centric, but the majority of the book actually takes place during the summer. We're kind of transitioning from summer to fall, but it's mostly in the summer. Between our two characters, Hazel, who owns the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and I think it was cute, Noah, who was our MMC, he actually calls out the name change. He was like, since when was it called the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore? And Hazel's like, oh, well, I just recently changed it. He was like, oh, that's so weird. Anyway, but they're cute. I like them. I think that they have a better story than Jeannie and Logan do from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I don't know. And maybe it's because it is summer now, pretty much. I mean, we're in May, so summer is kind of right. We're right there. And I'm already on summer vacation. I have graduation on Saturday. I wonder if this video is going to cut into graduation. That'll be interesting. I don't think it will, but it's Tuesday, so maybe graduation rehearsal. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about her. She's cute. I definitely like her better than Pumpkin Spice Cafe. What more is there? This one actually makes me laugh out loud a lot more than the Pumpkin Spice Cafe did, just because I think Noah is such a funny character, and in my head I'm practically imagining Steve Harrington, but a ginger, so I'm imagining a ginger Joe Keery, and there's just something about that is the delivery that I'm imagining is freaking making me cackle in this house when nobody's here. So, Anyway, let's just continue to get into her. Hopefully I'll have more updates than last time. But I don't know, I'm flying through these books. It is taking me a lot less time than I thought it would. So I might have to go out and buy more books might have to go out and buy the rest of the series for this video alone. So, who knows? Let's just continue reading. Dude, I just realized this is the first time that you're seeing me read Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and I did not explain to you the plot at all. I mean, I kind of did a little bit, but Hazel is fine. Like I said, she is the owner of this bookstore, and she is finding books that have little parts highlighted in them, and Noah gets roped in it, and they basically go and try to make the best of her summer. She's 29, gonna turn 30. She feels like she's been kind of stagnant in her life, and she needs some adventure, and Noah is right there to give it for her. Noah, starting this book, we already knew from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, when Logan and Jeannie go kind of through their, right before the third act breakup, where they kind of start hitting some rough waters, Noah comes to talk to Logan. In this book, Noah is already in love with Hazel. Like, there's just no question about it. So, but Noah is kind of like, he can't be tied down. He's a fisherman. He can't be tied down. His only relationships have been for the summer with tourists. That's it. He doesn't do the whole long-term thing. But he really, really, really is in love with Hazel. For what reason? I am honestly not even really sure. But Hazel, I think the whole book is just gonna kind of be her, one, admitting to herself that she also really does like Noah in that romantic way. And it's not just this cutie little fling, which is what happened here. But she also is going to have to overcome, well, does he really want to be with me, or is this am I just another one of his conquests? Am I just another notch on the bedpost or belt or whatever it is? So, any predictions for the third act breakup? Because this one was definitely miscommunication, and also a bunch of Logan's abandonment issues, so I think that these plots, they're so Hallmark-esque, but I recently watched a video of a girl was like, are you guys allergic to fun? Like, we know how the story's gonna go, but just have fun with it. So I'm having fun with it. Anyway, now I'm gonna go continue reading this book. Things have been pretty wild. As you're about to see, I am on our third book for this video, and we're 9 hours in. Just to let you know that. But I graduated like 2 days ago. No, I graduated 3 days ago. So it's just all been really crazy. We've had family here, and just celebrating this milestone in my life, which is fantastic. And I have obviously been reading through that. I just have not been able to show you guys that. But it is happening, I promise. So let's talk a little bit about this. It's pretty much summer here. It's in like it's in 80. Freak, what? That doesn't make any sense. It's 87 degrees. So it's in the 80s. It's almost in the 90s. It's pretty hot. I've been swimming. We've got our pool operational. It's nice and clean now. My hair probably looks crazy because, again, it's kind of like in that weird, not exactly wet, but like not exactly dry yet, where it's kind of stringy looking. Anyway, so let's talk about this book for a little bit. This is a Christmas book, which is why I mentioned the weather, because it's a little odd. But it's not the first time that I've read a Christmas book during the summer. I don't need the vibes to be right to enjoy a good story, if you know what I mean. I can always put myself there. I was literally tanning reading this book, and it was absolutely fine. It's adorable. They were having a little snowball fight. So, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Jeannie, our FMC from that book, her brother is the MMC of this book, Bennett, and I would say that yesterday, while I was reading this, if you asked me yesterday, I was like, this is one of the best books in the series that I've read so far. Asking me now is kind of like, okay. Like, yeah, I think it's kind of on par, but I do think that Laurie Gilmore is definitely getting better at writing. she's kind of finding more of her groove. The Dream Harbor series really reminds me of B.K. Borison. Just her writing in general just reminds me of B.K. Borison. The spice that she decides to include, things like that. Just her cadence, the way that she writes, it just really reminds me of B.K. Borison. And Small Town, that doesn't necessarily help. I didn't read all of Starlight Farms, like that little series, but it's very reminiscent of that. Like there are points where I'm reading it and I'm like, dang, this is, like, I feel like I'm reading a B.K. Borison book right now, which isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. The romance is good. It's solid. It's funny. I will say, in the first, like, maybe 50 to 100 pages, you kind of don't like the FMC, or I didn't like the FMC for the first little bit, just because she seems very hostile and pessimistic, but I guess she's just one of those people. Once you get to know her, it's a lot better, and she just kind of has, like, a little witty edge to her, and that whole, like, grumpy, disgruntled part of her character fades away, which I will say, again, interesting to see sort of a grumpy sunshine kind of book where the roles are reversed, and it's not the guy that's the grumpy, but it's the girl that's the grumpy one. It is a good trope to have kind of like that gender swapped thing where it's kind of flipped on its head. Anyway, Bennett is in the town of Dream Harbor for Christmas, and Kira is the owner of the Christmas tree farm. The whole town thinks that there is, like, the secret treasure or a dead body or something hidden up there because the previous owner left a very cryptic letter after he died. And so they're like, hey, Bennett, like, you're a neutral party. You're just here visiting. How about you go check on her? She obviously doesn't want to talk to any of us. And he's like, sure, whatever, I guess. Like, that's fine. I have to work, but yeah, for sure. Anyway, so he does that. And they just kind of get closer and closer. I will say a lot of these books are very insta-lovey. I am always going to be a sucker for a slow burn, but I will say that a good chunk of this book happens in one day. They get snowed in, and a lot of it is just a majority of the book is just going through that one day and, like, how they kind of bond together and they learn more about each other. And I think that it was probably an idea that Laura Gilmore had been tossing around since the first book, since something very similar happened with Jeannie and Logan, but it couldn't reach its full potential just because of the whole basis of why they were hanging out. But this does a really good job. Like I said, she's definitely getting better at writing, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Of course, the next book is the strawberry pancake house, something like that. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. That's what it is. And that one looks like it's either set in spring or the summer, just because there's a lot of strawberries on there, so maybe it'll be a summer book. I don't know. The covers are a little bit misleading because the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which had a bunch of fall on it, definitely took place during the summer, so we'll see. I'm enjoying this. I would say if I had to rate it right now, it'd probably be a 3 stars. Like, I'd recommend it to you if you wanted something fun and not to think too much into it. It's fun. It's a good time. It's not bad. Yeah. So, imagine the next time that we talk, this is going to be over. Like, I'm going to be done with this, and I'm going to be reading the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Did I get it right? Yes. Book instead of this one. I'll give my final thoughts to you, of course. I didn't give my final thoughts on the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, I don't think. That one was pretty good. I actually might do final thoughts at the end, if that's crazy to do. I might do that. Because, look, I'm forgetting to film, but now that I don't have school, I'm done. Like, graduation's over and everything. Like, this is purely just summer vacation time. I think I'm going to go get a job. Like, if I have to think about this. I don't know when I want to get a job by. But I was kind of hoping maybe this would work. But I don't think it is. It's just not. It's a fun thing to do on the side. I'll give you guys that. So, anyway, I really need to stop talking and get back to reading. So, I will see you when I'm done with this. Cool. I don't know why the light looks so red. Oh my god. It looked like I'm in hell. Okay, anyway. it is, you get to see some delusion. It's almost 1:30 in the morning, and I just became determined to finish filming this video today. I finished the Strawberry Patch Pancake House and was really tempted to give it 5 stars. Again, I'm gonna just go ahead and give all my thoughts at the end, but we ran into a bit of a problem. I don't think I explained this to you, like the long form vid. We ran into a bit of a problem where I bought 4 books, and the Strawberry Patch Pancake House was said 4th book. And so now I don't have any books to read. So I signed up for like this place where you get books so that you can give them reviews for like smaller authors, so that they can kind of get off the ground, and just honest reviews, like you're not forced to do it or whatever. And like you're not forced to give a good one, you're just forced to give an, you're told to give an honest one. I'm so tired, oh my god. Anyway, and so I did that, and of course it's in like PDF, and don't have an e-reader. I don't usually read ebooks, so I put it in Speechify. I downloaded Speechify for this. I put it in Speechify because I could download it in like PDF form. And I've been having, because it's dual POV, I've been having 2 separate voices read it for me while reading it on here, because if I can't just listen to it, my mind is gonna wander. So I have to like be reading it on the screen as well. But I know that if I'm reading it, because I'm reading it on my phone, again, I don't have an e-reader, and I'm in the process of saving up money for a new computer. Okay, anyway, and I'm reading it, and it's really good, and I kind of want to tell you what it's about, so I'm gonna do that. I think I accidentally woke my mom up. Oh well. Anyway, I feel like I'm in a documentary. Like, could you imagine? Hold on. Yeah, I don't think anybody's heard my side of the story, and I think it's about time that I tell you see. Okay, anyway, so I picked a book without reading the description very well. I saw, this is gonna be bad, but I saw the cover, and I was like, you know what? It's a fantasy book. I knew that from the cover. I did not know much what it was about, but that's okay because it's really good. And this is an indie published book, and it's really good. Like, I feel like I've struck gold. It's so good. It's about fae, because at this point in literature, when is a fantasy book not about fae? And it kind of reminds me of The Cruel Prince, not in plot, but in the way that this author writes. And I'm gonna put her Instagram in the description so that if you want to check her out and you want to keep your eyes peeled for this book to come out, that you can, because it's so good. I'm like 2 hours in to it. By the way, 15 hours into this challenge. It's not even really a challenge. Experiment, 15 hours into this experiment, we'll call it that. And obviously, I underestimated myself and my ability to read quickly, because I thought that 4 books would have taken me 24 hours, but obviously I was wrong. Anyway, and we're in this world, humans are coming to the wall. Wall separates human world, fae world, I feel like fairy world, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that was in ACOTAR, so I feel like most of the book girlies, we got that down. And then our main character, she is like a Varan or something starts with a V. She can turn into a dragon. The specific name for it is not in my brain right now. But she's able to turn into a dragon.
and that's sick. And she's badass, and she can fight, but she's kind of like a slave. Also, this is the first book in presumably a series. At least that's what it looked like on Booksprout. Not Spawn, but pretty good, pretty cool that I'm able to read this book and help out an author who is trying to break into the scene and who's a really good writer. Of course, there's an obligatory ball scene. Gorgeous dresses all around. We've got red dresses, we've got silver dresses. I don't want to give away too much of the plot because again, this is not, I don't think this is published. At the very least, I couldn't find it on Goodreads, which to be fair doesn't mean much, but I don't think it's out yet. So anyway, it will be coming out at some point in June or July, I think, in the next month and a half or so. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really good. It's really good. And I think that a lot of people would like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go read more of it. I don't know how much more I will be able to tell you. If the next time I see you, it is for the wrap up. I'll obviously have more to tell you then. I also don't know how much later I'm gonna stay up. I really want to finish this today, but again, I'm at 15 hours. So what's that? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 8 hours. I have to be at church at 9, which means I have to leave here at 8:40. Which means that that's not happening because it's like 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's not happening. So I should just go to sleep. I think I'm going to try to get 1 more hour of reading in, go to sleep at 3. Should I even be awake at 3? Do I want to be awake at the witching hour? Not particularly. Okay. It's night again. So I'm going to try and be quiet. We're 19 hours into this, and I can definitely finish this tonight. So we're going to try and do that. I think we have an energy drink in the fridge that I could use. I'm already pretty tired, but the only plans that I have for tomorrow are at night, so I can definitely sleep in. Alright, did I mention it's night? We're 19 hours in, I think I did. Things are picking up in the book. It was kind of starting to like fall back on plot a little bit. I will say, like, I definitely prefer more of a slow burn type of situation, and this was just not that. I also wasn't expecting fated mates, but that is a thing. So, I don't know, it's all just very interesting. I'm also gonna try not to freak myself out because last night a friend and I went to go see Obsession. So it's nighttime, and there are places in the house that are like darker than others, and we've got like lamps, floor lamps, that sometimes in the right angle it looks like there's a person standing there. So I'm gonna try not to freak myself out, but no promises. All right, let's do this.
Okay, we're outside again. I don't remember the last time I updated you. I think I was probably outside. Are we on? Yes. Okay. And good news and bad news. Good news, we're going to be able to finish this book. Bad news, we're going to finish the book in the next hour. We just hit hour 21, which means that hopefully around the hour 22 mark, I'll be done listening to this book, but I will have to find another book that I can hopefully read in 2 hours because it is gonna bug me if I can't finish the last book and we end this challenge while I'm halfway finished with the book. So, it'll give me it'll give me 2 hours to finish another book. But we gotta finish this first book first. Or I guess what? This is book number 5. We gotta finish book number 5 first in order to read the second one. And I believe this is the first in a series that is not completed. Obviously, this first book I don't even think is published yet, and it will be indie published. Anyway, it's really good. It's really good. I'm probably gonna end up right now, like, we're sitting at a 4-star. It's fluctuated, like, it's just really good, but I fear it's gonna end up on a cliffhanger, and that kind of scares me because I hope that I will be able to find these books later down the line, but I just don't know because of how indie publishing works. And anyway, alright, I'm gonna finish this hopefully by the next time I pick up the camera, and we will discuss the plan for book number 6. So the last couple of hours have been pretty eventful. We're done with the challenge. So I'm going to talk about all these things, but first, take a look. It's wet because it fell in the pool, and so I have to patch up a few places, but this is for VBS, we're the Goo Gang. Woohoo! Oh, some of this stuff is, it's okay. It's okay. What a mess, VBS. Anyway, yeah, we're done. We're done. I didn't end up finishing the last book that I needed to, but that's fine, I guess. Okay, what do I talk about? Okay, so, thoughts. Let's sit down. Ow. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Okay. Thoughts, and prayers. You'll need them. Okay, wait, nope, wait. Okay, it's really windy. Oh my gosh, okay. The first book we read was A Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That rounded out at about a 3 stars. It was pretty good. No, it was a 2 stars. It was pretty good. There were definitely some clear issues. I didn't love everything, but that's fine. You're not gonna love everything with a book. The love story was kind of, can you even see my face? The love story was kind of not all over the place, actually, very contained. And it is a bit insta-lovey, so for people who don't like that, and as just me, I prefer slow burn. I think I said that at some point. So, I don't know, overall it just wasn't for me. I didn't like the characters enough to where I was like, wow, like this is really good. However, I think with the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, that one's either a 3 or a 4 star, and I can't remember right now. I think it might be 3. But that one, I did find myself like actually smiling at the characters' interactions. It was better. It was so much spicier than the first book. So I'm not like a big fan of that. I don't read it necessarily. And then the Christmas Tree Farm was a 4 star. I really liked that one because I felt like we got to know the characters a lot more rather than just all the physical stuff, which is good for me. And then the best one so far was the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, which had the least amount of spice. And that was a 4 star. I was really tempted to give it a 5 star on multiple occasions, but there were just some issues that I couldn't overlook. And that's just being like, again, I'm not a big fan of spice, so I kind of knew that going into it, whatever. But it was really emotional, and it tugged out on my heartstrings, definitely for sure, because it deals with, a dad having to come into town and take care of a daughter that he never knew he had, and his nanny is like, wow, like, this is really good that you're stepping up, because she didn't have a dad, and that just hits home for me. So it was really good. I cried on multiple occasions. It was just so sweet. And then we had Wings of Ice and Steel, which is also really good. And I was tempted to give 5-star on multiple occasions, but there was kind of like a point in the middle of the book where nothing really was happening, so for that reason I gave it a 4 as well. But it was really well written for somebody who's publishing their first book and is an indie author. It's really good. I will get the details of, like, again, I'm going to put her Instagram in the description, the author's Instagram in the description, because I think that you guys should go support her, give her all the support and everything. And the last book that I attempted to finish, which was never going to happen, was like another small town romance. And I haven't finished it, so I can't give my full thoughts on that. It's fine. I think it deals with a lot of real world issues, so I'm not like, I can't complain there. But I'm really not that far into it, so I kind of have to. How many pages? I think there's around 300 pages. You know, like average. I'm on page 134. So I'm not, I'm just kind of getting over the hump of like learning everybody and whatever. But for a total of 5 books that we read in 24 hours, I definitely underestimated myself, but only by 1 book. So, that was good. Anyway, I'm gonna get off. I'm not sure how much storage my camera has left. I have to check that and probably go through a bunch of stuff and delete a bunch of stuff. But now I have to go edit this video and the short form version of it that I've been recording alongside it. And my computer, I have to save money for a new one because my other one just is not working anymore. It was 5 years old and probably ran The Sims on it one too many times. So anyway, I have to edit on my phone, which is fine. It's not like I haven't done that before. I literally have, all during quarantine. So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you if you're still watching this, which statistically not a lot of you guys are going to be. But seriously, like, thank you so much. All of you mean a lot to me. For just knowing that people listen to me talk about the things that I want to talk about. And stay tuned. I know I've been posting a lot of reading content as of late, but I am watching American Horror Story for the first time, and I'm just kind of like putting together all of my opinions on the seasons as I watch them because it's an anthology. So, if you like that and you want to see that when that comes out, then just keep checking the page or subscribe or whatever. I don't like asking for that, but here we are. But that is the next, I do more serious videos than just book videos, commentary, if that's what you want to call it. And the last couple ones that I've done have been pretty heavy subject matter, and I just needed a nice little break from that. So these book videos have been nice while I'm going through American Horror Story, because that also has, there's a bunch of heavy stuff. So, being able to do these little challenges in between kind of watching seasons and things like that, that's really helping me out. So, anyway, if I never see you again, have fun on your corner of the internet. And if you do see me again, if I see you again in the comments or whatever, I love you so much. I love the people who decided that this was not their cup of tea. I love all of you who have made it this far. And who didn't make it this far, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. I need to stop talking. Bye.